On this stunning autumn day, we are making our final trip down to Devon to visit Chester before picking him up.
We mixed it up for a wander around Simonsbath, a village surrounded by beauty, and something else we did not expect.
I apologise in advance for mispronouncing the village name throughout this video. Hi everyone! We have finally made it into Exmoor and we find ourselves at Simonsbath, which is so picturesque. I mean, we've picked a beautiful day as well to come here.
It's like there's, through all the valleys, there's such low cloud and it's just fog everywhere.
I know, couldn't ask for a better day to see Exmoor in its glory, but we've come to quite a unique place. It's not just Simonsbath, there's also a history around this place. It's quite dark, mostly along the river from here, but we'll tell you more about it when we get to the location. Until then, let's just enjoy these beautiful views.
With it being autumn, the ground was pretty squishy. We had to tread carefully. We'd definitely recommend wellies for here.
It's been a while since we've actually come back to Exmoor. I think the last time was September 2016, just after Shane came over.
Only 8 years ago.
Yeah, 8 years ago, my gosh. We've been too busy exploring everywhere else. There's too many amazing places to actually come visit. But I'm glad we came back in autumn because it really adds to the atmosphere of Exmoor.
You can't beat the whole, just the golden. It's just there's elements of summer still hanging on, but autumn's pushing through real vibrantly.
Yeah, and just the landscape and the trees, everything feels old here and beautiful. Like, it's so peaceful. It feels like you're going back in time when you come here. And I read up somewhere, like up here, where you can see there's barely any trees, or you'll find that there's not tons of farms around that will grow like the typical crops, because for some reason in Exmoor, it's getting quite muddy here. We might need to go up that way.
You might have to, yeah.
Yeah, but there was a little cut through back there. Yeah, there's a lot of mud here. Okay, it's getting pretty bad. In Exmoor, it just doesn't have the right soil or land to grow plants and crops, other than the real hardy stuff.
Radishes and beetroot.
Yeah, I think it's even too wet for potatoes. I think so, yeah. But anyway, I'm going to find our way back. There's another path up there. We decided not to do it because we wanted to go off the beaten track, but unbeaten track's a bit too unbeaten for us, so let's climb over the wall. This little wall here, so not trip and break our necks. Oh dear. Right, onwards. Little stone. Yeah. Gosh, imagine building that. It's a whole...
It's a long way up.
It's like in Yorkshire when you see the walls that they build.
Yeah.
Pretty. You can really see how over time the river has just carved away through the landscape here, just giving this amazing sculptural structure of the hills that you see around us. It's very dramatic as well with the sun hitting it like this. I think this is the perfect time to see it. Clearly a wolf.
Werewolves are down.
We are here at Wheal Eliza Cottage ruins, and this is the location of a pretty sinister story. Now, the history of this area, it used to be a mine. When this land had been purchased, the landlord had the idea of he could farm it, but nothing took, crops just would not grow. In the end, they started to mine here, hoping that they would get copper, I believe close by are tin mines, but unfortunately nothing came of it. There was a family who lived here. The wife had died, leaving 3 children with her husband, and he wasn't a particularly nice person. He was an alcoholic, and when people tried to help him, the church tried to raise money for him, but he spent it all on alcohol. Now, he wanted to find a way to get more money so that he could spend it on alcohol. He was given money for his daughter, who was only 6 years old at the time, and he'd rather spend that money on alcohol than her welfare. He told people that he was taking her to her auntie to stay with her instead. People became suspicious of him and the whereabouts. When they asked her auntie, "Have you seen her?" and she said no, suspicions rose drastically, especially after he decided to run away and take the ferry to Swansea. He was eventually caught and brought back, and during that time the police had uncovered a grave which was empty but still had the smell of rotting flesh in there. He wouldn't give up her whereabouts. Some witnesses had seen him rummaging around the old mine, and they spent £350, which was a lot of money back then, to drain this abandoned mine, until they finally uncovered a bag that was tied down with stones, and inside the bag was the body of Hannah Burgess. You can see over here, that's where the old mine was. We're a bit skeptical with when it comes to ghosts and things, but some people have said they've witnessed a little girl around here, or the sound of her. Whether that's true or not, maybe her spirit still resides here. If you want to know what happened to the dad, he was hung, executed.
By quite a famous or well-seasoned executioner. I can't remember his name, but we'll put it on screen.
And yeah, he executed over 400 people. So in the end, this drunk father just ended up becoming another statistic. Excuse my French, but what an As we walk silently through the tranquil, sparse landscape, with nothing but the gentle trickling of the river and the occasional bird song, it is hard to believe such devastation had once occurred. There's our first signpost.
Oh, I know where I want to go.
Oh yeah, I believe that is an Iron Age settlement. Simonsbath that way. Oh, unstable for horse riders ahead. What makes it unstable? Oh, there's red berries on it. Huh. I'm not sure what that is.
Not a clue, no. Let's eat some and find out.
Picturesque. You just imagine something like this in a fantasy, like Lord of the Rings or a scene in Baldur's Gate.
You got your shower cap in.
Yeah, my butt cap.
Lunchtime. This was such a beautiful spot to plop down and have a good munch. We honestly could have spent the whole day here.
Alas, we said our farewells and followed our tracks back to the car. This gave us another chance to enjoy the sun-caressed autumn vista for one last time. Shane did not come away unscathed. Only a single cheek though.
We gave one last longing look back across the landscape, as it felt like our time there was cut way too short.
But with a visit to Chester to look forward to, we eagerly continued. One day, we plan to return here once Chester is old enough. Oh, birch tree there.
A bit hairy. I see the car park over there. Look. Ooh, like weird jelly bits.